Hello, Grange Park, and welcome to the annual State of the Village Address, where we present an overview of the village's accomplishments from the past year. Each of the village managers will share items of interest from their respective departments, and our partners from the local Chamber of Commerce, Park District, and Library District will also provide news and highlights. I am so proud of our residents, businesses, and local organizations for keeping everyone's health and safety a priority throughout the pandemic. Thankfully, we are in a much better place than we were 3 years ago. Throughout this period, the village continued the delivery of high-quality services and worked to advance projects that were most meaningful for our community, like stormwater management, transparency in public safety and police response, and community and economic development. I am so proud of the work that we do for the care of our residents. It's an exciting time in the village of Grange Park. New businesses are opening their doors. Public improvements and private development are moving forward along our commercial corridors. And I see more and more residents joining their friends and neighbors to enjoy the village's many community amenities and events. I hope you enjoy this presentation and its new format. And on behalf of the entire village board and staff, I want to thank you for your trust in giving us the opportunity to serve and continue to improve Grange Park.
Hello, I am Julia Cedillo and honored to serve as village manager, where I am responsible for managing the day-to-day operations of the village and executing the policies and vision as set forth by the village president and the board of trustees. Over the last year or so, two things influenced the way that the village provides services. The first is the pandemic, and the second being significant legislation. The COVID-19 pandemic had sweeping effects on the way that we work, manage, and live our lives. With village operations, we enriched our systems to be more efficient. Technology enhancements allowed for services to transition online, such as payments and building permits, while new tech infrastructure is helping us streamline connectivity across departments and buildings and with our residents. For example, during the pandemic, the village received the most online communications from residents in our history. This change allowed us to coordinate a more efficient response process. If residents have a concern or a question, you can still call us, and a person will answer your call. But completing an online report of concern from our website's homepage can be just as effective. The pandemic affected nearly every household as children and adults learned and worked from home. This year, the village hosted a virtual wellness series in partnership with NAMI Metro to ensure that our community had access to mental health resources. While COVID is still with us, we are better positioned to handle its challenges. We are now well versed in quickly updating protocols and policies to be able to continue service while keeping the public safe. We were able to do so, I think, because of our team-oriented staff and the dedicated leadership of the village president and board of trustees. Additionally, in the most uncertain days of COVID, we benefited greatly from the invaluable intergovernmental conversations with the library, the park district, and the school districts, and our neighboring towns. In the last year or so, two major pieces of legislation affected our operations. Our focus was to be proactive in our approach to compliance for maximum benefit. For example, the Illinois Safety Act requires that we institute body-worn cameras on our officers. While this is an unfunded mandate, we embrace the change, and we are instituting it 2 years early because it enhances our level of transparency with the public. Also, the equipment and infrastructure required had us thinking more broadly about our technological needs in policing. We purchased new in-car video cameras that will be able to use the same data storage, and we will also install cameras in locations around the village at certain areas as well as on village property locations to enhance security and safety of operations. This legislation was extensive, and it required significant staff time to understand the implications as it relates to policies and training. Another piece of legislation is the Lead Service Line Replacement and Notification Act. The new Illinois law requires that we inventory and remove lead service lines for the health and safety of our community. We developed a process with our engineers to engage residents in identifying these lines so that we can be as proactive as possible. With the data in hand, we were able to update our 2017 water rate study and determine our needs moving forward. We are concerned about the insufficient funding for this mandate, but we are doing what we can to make our voice heard to secure adequate federal dollars. Tonight you will hear from village departments about progress in serving our residents. We have new equipment, new tools, and new technology, but we are also focused on capacity and working diligently there too. Public safety training is at an all-time high, and we are better prepared than ever before. We have added a supervisory position in the Public Works Department to better meet our infrastructure and maintenance needs. We added an intern to the administration department to assist with economic and community development demands. At the same time, 2 key employees left the organization, so we are in the process of onboarding our new finance director, Austin Hakey, who starts this December. We're really excited. And we will soon be advertising for a new building official while we bring in an interim position as well as additional consulting services until the position is filled. I am pleased to report that we have much development happening in our small village, and businesses want to locate here or expand, even though space is somewhat limited. The TIF districts and the business districts that were put into place in 2017 will help provide the resources that we need to reinvigorate our commercial areas. Each of our core service areas, we strive to be proactive and align projects with resources. We are developing the blueprints that we need to help us achieve our goals so that LaGrange Park sustains itself in being a thriving community. The village was careful to manage resources through the pandemic. This included securing grant awards to bring taxpayer dollars back to the community. The village completed 2 capital projects with significant grants: Meadowcrest paving with community development block grant funding, and the 3 paver intersections on Monroe with assistance from the MWRD. The intersection project will help mitigate the impacts of heavy rains in the central area of town. This project positions us well for the central area's sewer separation project, which is designed to move stormwater north from the central area to Salt Creek. We are preparing our application to the MWRD for shared funding. Beyond that, we are still working to secure all the funding that we need, but the designs are nearly shovel-ready. The village utilizes strategic planning to guide and plan for challenges. The village has 6 priorities as determined by the village board, with our top priority to maintain fiscal responsibility. In addition to our priorities, the president and board of trustees engage with legislators about issues that affect our community by traveling to Springfield annually and continuing the conversation locally. Village President Jim DeCipio was recently elected to the board of directors of the Illinois Municipal League so that our village is better able to represent our interests and the interests of all municipalities at the state level. I'd like to wrap up with a quick overview of the village. We are a full-service local government providing services through 6 departments. We have 42 full-time employees and 76 part-time employees, many of whom are paid on-call firefighters and residents. We also have a part-time elected village clerk, Megan Cooey, whose duties are prescribed by state law. Here is the list of village employees, and I think that they are the best around. The work that they do each day is great. Some you see and much more that you don't, but all in an effort to serve the community that they care about. The village's achievements are simply not possible without our volunteers who provide dedicated service. Here is a list of advisory groups that provide recommendations to the village board or have specific authority as determined by state law. We are grateful for their talent and service. They are excellent at what they do. Thank you to our community partners included in this evening's presentation. It is important to be mindful of one another's achievements and goals so that we are able to better anticipate challenges, look for opportunities, and forge ahead in the best manner for our community. Thanks so much for watching.
Hello, my name is Rick Ratty, Director of Public Works. Our Public Works Department maintains 6 core functions within the village, and they include streets, including the right-of-ways, urban forest, water treatment and distribution, sewer collection and conveyance, fleet services, and capital projects. This past year, the Public Works restructured its department and added a superintendent position. John Jandek was promoted to this new role where he assists the department with capital improvement projects, contractor bids, and project oversight. Larry Leonard was then promoted to foreman to assist in managing the day-to-day operations. Recently, a 28-year veteran of the department, Clarence Angion, retired from the village. Clarence will be greatly missed, and we wish him well in the future. Due to recent restructuring and retirement, the Public Works Department hired 2 new employees to its team. We welcome Matt Tokosla and retired police patrolman Ray Drexler as the latest members of the Public Works. In 2020, the village applied for a green infrastructure grant with the MWRD and was awarded the project to install permeable pavers at 3 intersections along Monroe, east of LaGrange Road. As rainwater cascades down Monroe from LaGrange Road, interlocking permeable pavers allow rainwater to percolate and collect in an underground pool until the ground can absorb the water. These intersections can collect and store approximately 85,000 gallons of rainwater instead of going into the sewer system. The village's contractor completed the project in June. The project won the prestigious Green Intelligence Award from the West Central Municipal Conference this past fall. In June, a severe storm hit our northern portion of the community. The devastating winds caused a tremendous amount of damage to the trees in this area. The damage was intense, and there was so much debris that our neighbors to the south of us, LaGrange Public Works, assisted for 3 days with cleanup efforts. Once we were done, we sent a crew to Broadview Public Works to help them with their cleanup. In 2021, the village had a pavement condition index, which is a PCI analyst conducted on our roadway. The report gave us instant access to ratings ranging from 0 to 100. Based on this information, staff proposed repaving one of the worst roads in the community, 26th Street, from Kemen to Maple. This section of roadway had a combined rating of 7. The 26th Street paving project was completed in late fall. In January of 2022, the state of Illinois enacted Public Act 102-0613, which requires owners, operators of community water supplies to develop, implement, and maintain a water service material inventory and develop a replacement plan by 2024. Our engineering firm, Hancock Engineering, sent postcards and letters to our residents seeking appointments and also creating an online version where residents can do the inspections themselves. So far, we have collected data from 67% of the community. In 2023, the village will continue discussions on developing a replacement plan. The state requires lead service line replacement plans to begin in 2027 and be completed by 2047.
Hello, I'm Dean Magus, and I've had the unique privilege of serving the village as both the fire chief and the director of the building department for over 21 years. Calendar year 2022 has been extremely busy in the fire department, as the department has responded to over 1,700 EMS calls and nearly 600 other incidents, including fires, rescues, and a myriad of other requests for service. As you are well aware, COVID is still not gone, and although they faced various challenges, our paramedics and EMTs continued to serve our residents admirably through the continued pandemic and a heavy flu season. Speaking of paramedics, during 2022, we had 3 of our contract paramedics graduate the Fire Academy. Nick Osman, Jane Falcon, and Patrick Shields all attended different academies during the year and became state certified firefighters. Also, 6 of our paid-on-call personnel, hired last January, graduated the Fire Academy this past June. John Akalitis, Mike Clapsaddle, Scott Henke, Brendan McManus, Colin Naff, and Joe Schmidt all became state certified firefighters. And just in the last month, we hired additional paid-on-call personnel who are also starting the academy. We wish all of them well. Our personnel are constantly training to maintain and improve their skills. This past May, thanks to the efforts of many, we conducted various types of training at the Plymouth Place cottages prior to them being demolished. This training was highlighted by 2 weekend days of great live fire training. Over the 2 days, 34 of our personnel participated, along with firefighters from Grange, Brookfield, Pleasantview, Hinsdale, McCook, and Riverside. Such training pays off as firefighters fought several structure fires throughout the year, in LaGrange Park and in many neighboring communities through our mutual aid agreements. Of note were several incidents that occurred in June: a house fire in the 400 block of North Park, garage fires and a front porch fire in Brookfield, and the storm that occurred on the evening of June 13th. Over 30 LaGrange Park firefighters responded during that night to approximately 40 calls for service, with a rather significant fire during the storm and multiple additional calls for service and small fires in the days that followed. In order to properly respond to calls, we need proper and well-maintained equipment. I am happy to report that after a multi-year budget effort and a combination of good timing and perseverance by staff, the village was able to purchase a new pumper. Staff was able to secure a 2020 demo unit from Pierce Manufacturing in Appleton, Wisconsin, that very closely met the needs of our department to replace a 30-year-old pumper. This purchase was significant in that the cost of such brand new vehicles have risen substantially over the last 2 years, with many manufacturers experiencing very long production times. By purchasing the demo, we took advantage of older pricing, saving significant money, while also being able to obtain the vehicle in a shorter amount of time. We took delivery of it in November, and you should see it on the streets soon. Another highlight from this past year was the return of the fire department annual open house, following a hiatus caused by COVID. We were blessed to have great weather and a great turnout by residents. In addition to the many educational opportunities offered, the State Fire Marshal's Arson K9 Gigi attended. The new Mavis Division 10 Communications and Command vehicle was on display, along with Truck 81 from NBC's Chicago Fire television show, which was formerly our own LaGrange Park Truck 1219. In addition, attendees helped raise over $1,000 for Camp I Am Me, a camp dedicated to children and teenagers who have experienced injuries from burns. Finally, a recent highlight from this past year was our 3rd annual Santa Parade and Food Drive. The event was again organized and coordinated by the fire department, with all village departments helping out and adding to the festivities. Once again, a great deal of thanks to residents who came out to participate and donated so much food, and to all of our village staff and officials who helped with the event. This year, food donations went to the St. Barbara and Westchester food pantries and Beds Plus. Thank you again.
Hi there, my name is Tim Contois and I proudly serve as the Chief of Police for the Village of LaGrange Park. I've been a member of the Police Department since 2002 and have served as the Police Chief since 2019. In 2022, the department welcomed 2 new additions, Police Officer Tyler Murphy and Records Clerk Denise Silofra. 2022 has been an exciting year for the Police Department as we have continued to make technological advancements to not only streamline the services we provide, but to assist in investigations. This year, the department purchased several right-of-way and intersection cameras that have been strategically placed throughout town. These cameras have already aided staff in investigations. In addition, in fulfilling the state mandate, the police department went ahead and purchased body-worn cameras and in-car cameras from Axon. We have slowly started receiving some of the equipment and should hopefully have at least the body-worn cameras out on patrol starting in January. If you have been out and about, I'm sure that you have noticed some of the new digital speed signs we purchased this year. Please remember to obey the posted speed limit. If the speed limit sign is flashing as you approach, you're going too fast. Please slow down. Training remains a high priority within the police department, with approximately 85% of the police officers being certified as CIT officers, or Crisis Intervention Team. On a daily basis, the police department, with the assistance of Lexipol, continues to complete web-based training that focuses on all elements of the police department's policy manual. In addition to the daily training bulletins, all sworn members of the agency partake in monthly web-based training by the Police Law Institute, or PLI. In 2022, department staff took part in over 1,600 hours of training, not included police academy and field training. The annual National Night Out event looked a little different in 2022. This year's event was a 3-day event with a festival taking place on Saturday, July 30th, a golf outing taking place on Sunday, July 31st, and a parade through town on Tuesday, August 2nd. The police department continues to focus on strengthening the relationship with the community and business owners that we serve. In 2022, the police department raised over $19,000 for the Special Olympics Illinois Torch Run. With the help of business owners, residents, and department fundraisers, such as the Burger Bash, we were able to exceed our goal of $15,000. We look forward to continuing our partnership with Special Olympics Illinois in 2023. We continue to participate in the National Drug Take-Back Initiative provided in conjunction with the Drug Enforcement Administration. This year, we turned over approximately 150 pounds of unused or expired medication to the DEA. Additionally, the department maintains a drug drop-off box in the lobby in which unused medications may be deposited for proper and safe disposal. 2023 promises to be another proactive year for the police department. We are hoping that after taking a year off, interest in the Citizens Police Academy warrants another session or two. We're also looking forward to the warmer months where we can get back out to all those wonderful block parties. In closing, the men and women of the LaGrange Park Police Department look forward to building on community relationships throughout 2023. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Maggie Jar, and I'm LaGrange Park's Assistant Village Manager. The Administration Department is responsible for overseeing many municipal functions, including planning, zoning, and community and economic development. In 2022, several notable projects moved through the village's development review process. Plymouth Place received approval for a new planned unit development, or PUD, and began construction on a major redevelopment project. The Arboretum Villas at Plymouth Place will replace the cottages at the rear of the property with a series of new residential buildings to better meet the needs of current and future residents. The project includes a total of 94 independent living units, construction of a new Center for Healthy Living, and associated parking, landscaping, and stormwater management improvements. Andy's Frozen Custard received approval for its new location at the site of the former original Pancake House at 531 North LaGrange Road. Andy's is a national chain of frozen custard stores known for its seasonal treats. The development proposal went through a rigorous public process over several months to consider multiple special use permit and variation requests. Andy's is sure to be a popular destination, particularly given its proximity to Memorial Park, LaGrange Park Public Library, and many of our residential neighborhoods. With the addition of Andy's Frozen Custard, it's timely that the village is focusing on enhancing safety and improving accessibility of the entire Village Market area. In February, the Village Board approved the selection of Sam Schwartz for consultant services to develop a streetscape improvement plan. This plan will present a vision and recommendations for public improvements that will establish a safer, more inviting environment along LaGrange Road and throughout the Village Market. The planning process kicked off in the spring with a series of public meetings, a community survey, and other data collection and analysis to highlight the issues and opportunities within the study area. Over the summer, the Village held a coordination meeting with the Illinois Department of Transportation, or IDOT, to review potential changes to LaGrange Road that could enhance safety and aesthetics and improve east-west access along the corridor. The Village's consultant team integrated the community and IDOT's input into streetscape design concepts, which were presented during a public open house at the library. Many residents, business owners, and other stakeholders attended the event and provided valuable feedback to the designs. The Village Market's Streetscape Improvement Plan is now in the final phase of development and is expected to go before the Village Board for approval in 2023. All project documents and a summary of community engagement activities can be found on the Village's website. I'd also like to provide an update on the Village's tax increment financing, or TIF districts, and business development districts, which were established in 2017. These public financing tools were used to promote redevelopment, invest in public infrastructure, and fund other community improvement projects. The Village will be developing streetscape improvement plans for both TIF districts, starting with the Village Market area, and using TIF funds to implement recommended public improvements. The latest redevelopment projects incentivized by the Village includes a new restaurant at 1016 East 31st Street, Happier Now, and a fitness-focused coffee and smoothie cafe at 716 East 31st Street, Level Up. This fall, we hired a new administration intern to provide additional capacity for the Village to take on these community and economic development activities. It has been a busy year for the administration department, and we expect to see additional development projects take place in 2023. The American Nuclear Society is planning to leave its current location at 555 North Kensington and has entered into an agreement for the sale and purchase of the property. A developer has proposed to re-subdivide the land for the addition of single-family residential homes and stormwater management to the site. The application for subdivision is currently under review. Improvements and new businesses are also expected at the Village Market Shopping Center, including new parking lots with landscaping and the addition of a new grocer tenant. For regular updates on these projects, public engagement opportunities, and more, subscribe to the Village's weekly e-briefs newsletter and visit our website. In addition, the Commercial Revitalization Committee meets regularly, and businesses and members of the public are invited to attend and provide input on how the Village can best support new and existing businesses and enhance the commercial areas of LaGrange Park.
As previously mentioned, in addition to serving as the Village's fire chief, I also serve as the director of the building department. With help from Allison Chorley, an employee with over 40 years experience with the Village, and other dedicated staff and contract personnel, we oversee all aspects of building construction and property maintenance code enforcement in the Village. Despite the pandemic, economic hardships, and recent inflation, 2022 continued to be a busy year for our department. At the end of the year, we were on track to issue nearly 1,000 building permits and conduct over 1,800 inspections. Many such inspections involved residential construction, new homes, or additions and renovations to existing homes. During the year, 7 new single-family homes were either completed or began construction. In addition to residential construction, the building department oversaw the completion or beginning of several significant commercial and/or larger projects. One such project was Hop District Community Brewing, which opened in an existing building on 31st Street and quickly became a favorite of many. Many improvements were made to the building, including the installation of a new water service, a new electrical service, a fire sprinkler system, and updated fire alarm. Fire inspections were also completed and occupancy was approved for the new Countryside Animal Hospital. Their entire building was renovated with a completely new layout to best serve their veterinary practice, and a new water service, fire sprinkler system, and fire alarm system. Murphy's Transmission and Automotive Services not only remodeled, but expanded their business this year. Despite various setbacks with supply chain problems, they were able to complete the expansion and begin using their new spaces. A portion of their project also included new landscaping, and as such, they have substantially beautified their corner at 31st and Kemen. We also saw the majority of the new Dubach Electric project completed on Barnesdale. Village staff worked closely with the business owners as they completed significant renovations to their World War II era building, installing new water, sewer, electric, windows, roof, and fire protection, along with all of the equipment needed to provide a state-of-the-art production and training facility. There is still some work to be completed, but staff and others have been excited to see what has taken place at the property. Village staff also completed inspections for the new Andy's Frozen Custard, occupying a brand new building on Grange Road. There were significant concerns along the way in getting power for the new development, again due to supply chain issues and the availability of transformers. Village staff and officials worked diligently to try and help resolve the matter. Lastly, a large-scale project at Plymouth Place is currently well underway. Plymouth Place is constructing an addition to their main building called the Center for Healthy Living. The back of their campus is also being redeveloped with several new residential buildings called the Arboretum Villas, which are designed for independent and more active older adults. Village staff has been involved at many levels, from the initial planning and review of the site to the many inspections currently taking place on various aspects of the swiftly moving construction. The site had to be cleared of the former residences called the cottages. The retention pond had to be vastly expanded for stormwater management, and staff has had to closely monitor the impacts of construction on exiting and life safety concerns for the existing occupied building. Staff has worked closely with the facility and general contractor to address the many questions and concerns that arise quite regularly with a project of this magnitude. There have also been a couple of recent changes at the village market. Staff approved occupancy for the Huntington Learning Center, which moved from the south building to a newly renovated space in the north building. Staff also completed final inspections for the new Alphabet Learning Center, so they can move forward and obtain DCFS approval for opening. We are very happy to see all of the improvements taking place in the village and the reinvestment so many are making to their properties.
My name is Thomas Glazer, and it has been my privilege to serve as the village's interim finance director. In my short time here, I've been impressed with the dedication, skills, and collegiality of the staff here. The board and staff are clearly working in the best interests of the village. The finance department is oftentimes where residents will interact with the village. Whether it is purchasing a vehicle sticker, paying a water or sewer bill, or buying a building permit, it is likely your initial point of contact with our customer service desk located in the center of Village Hall. Members of the finance team are committed to providing excellent customer service to our residents. In updating you on the village's finances, I want to focus on the general fund and its performance for the fiscal year ended April 30th, 2022. The state of the village's finances are strong. The careful and conservative stewardship of your tax dollars has resulted in fiscal year 2022 general fund revenues exceeding general fund expenditures by a significant margin. These funds can be used to build reserves for 1, unanticipated future events like a return of the pandemic, 2, to address spikes in certain commodities like the cost of fuel or materials that are needed by our police, fire, and public works operations, or 3, for other resources set aside for service operations, and importantly, 4, for future capital projects. As you can see from this chart, property taxes represent the largest source of revenue to the village at approximately 36% of general fund revenues. Total general fund revenues grew 8.3% year over year, primarily as a result of an almost $195,000 increase in sales tax collections and an increase in state income tax receipts of approximately $500,000. Sales tax collections are up approximately $195,000 based on the vitality of our local businesses, the collection of sales taxes on increasingly use of online sales, and inflation that is driving base prices higher on which sales taxes are calculated. State income tax collections are up as the village receives a percentage of all income taxes collected in the state relative to Grange Park's population in proportion to the total population of the state. Another part of the village's revenue stream, permits, increased 45.2% in fiscal year 2022 as a result of several large projects like the renovation and construction of senior smart homes at Plymouth Place and the soon-to-be-opened Andy's Frozen Custard on LaGrange Road. General fund expenditures increased 5.8% during the year, driven by a 6.7% increase in expenditures for police and a 2.3% increase in fire protection. The increase in the police budget is predominantly caused by scheduled salary and wage increases, the actuarially determined police pension contribution, and the LTAC dispatch center services. The driver for the increase in the fire department budget is to recruit and retain contract paramedics to staff our volunteer fire department. Standard & Poor's, which is an independent and objective ratings firm, has assigned a AA+ rating, the second highest rating possible, to the village's 2 outstanding bond issues, indicating strong management with good financial policies and practices, a strong local economy, and very strong liquidity. Another objective measure of the village's finances and management is that for the 4th year in a row, the Government Finance Officers Association has awarded the village their Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. GFOA is a 20,000 membership organization whose mission is to advance excellence in public finance. This Certificate of Achievement award, which only 6% of cities nationwide receive, is given to governments that meet high standards in producing their annual comprehensive financial report that includes not only the financial data, but additional statistical information to make the document user-friendly to readers. And finally, the village is required by law to engage a firm to conduct an annual audit. Forvis is the firm that conducted the fiscal year 2022 audit, and once again, the village received an unmodified opinion on their financial statements. We are in the process of posting the audited financial statements to the village's website. You can also find other information, like annual budgets and management letters, on the village's website as well.
Hello, my name is Jessica Canaday, and I am the Executive Director of the Community Park District of LaGrange Park. On behalf of the Board of Park Commissioners, Lucy Stastny, Bob Cordy, Alex Zuck, Tim Ogden, and Peggy Ornovsky, I would like to thank the village for the opportunity to provide this update. The Community Park District of LaGrange Park supports a healthy and inclusive community by working to positively impact the physical, social, and environmental well-being of our residents. Our staff maintains over 21.5 acres of parkland and 6 parks, and we offer hundreds of recreational opportunities for people of all ages. Over this past year, countless individuals visited our parks to enjoy free events like Music Under the Stars, community campfires, egg hunts, and our new Wacky Wednesday Kids Entertainment Series. Additionally, from Ready Teddy Preschool to Pickleball, the Park District saw more than 7,500 people of all ages register for Park District programming in 2022. Approximately 2,400 people attended our Footlight Players youth community theater performances at Park Junior High. This year's young artists starred in productions of The Addams Family and Matilda. We also kicked off our new adult pickleball program. Not only did we see more than 157 individuals sign up for lessons, but the Park District also introduced 7 sessions of a brand new adult pickleball league, all of which filled. Our incredible relationship with District 102 allows us to move the league from the Park District's award-winning courts at Memorial Park to the gymnasium at Park Junior High in the winter months, so you can participate all year long. This was also our 3rd year offering a traditional summer day camp here in LaGrange Park. We are so excited to provide this invaluable service to our community, and despite operating under pandemic conditions and navigating pandemic recovery, the new summer camp program has seen unprecedented success. Our dedicated staff served an average of 110 children ages 3 to 10 at the Recreation Center each week this past summer. With each session typically filling, our staff is working hard to find ways to accommodate the community's demand for summer camp services in time for open enrollment in February. In the parks, our team designed and installed native and perennial planting beds throughout the community, adding more than 600 native plant species back to LaGrange Park. These beautiful spaces will not only help improve groundwater quality and stormwater mitigation, they will also serve as way stations, providing food and shelter for butterflies, birds, and pollinators. At this time, I would like to take a moment to recognize the work and contributions of longtime Park District financial consultant and LaGrange Park resident, Phil Macy. Phil has served the Park District for the past 25 years, dedicating his time and services to maintaining the fiscal integrity of the Park District. His counsel and friendship are valued by so many of us. We truly appreciate all he has done for the LaGrange Park community. While he may be retiring from his official duties, we look forward to seeing him at Music Under the Stars this summer. This past year, the Community Park District reached out to you, our residents, to better understand how the Park District can best support your needs. Your candid feedback and continuous support helped us identify areas of improvement and prioritize upcoming capital projects. We're excited to announce that 2 major park renovations will begin next year, one at Iena and one at Beach Oak Park. As we look towards 2023, the Community Park District will continue to work with residents, businesses, and community partners to refine our programming, places, and spaces in ways that best serve LaGrange Park. Together, we look forward to working with you to continue to make this the very best place to live, work, and play. Thank you.
Hello, fellow residents. I'm Lori Whitman, President of the Board of Trustees of the LaGrange Park Public Library District. The library is a welcoming community center for people of all ages and walks of life. We currently have 6,921 cardholders, 52% of residents, who have checked out over 150,000 items so far this year. Most programming is happening in person, but we still offer some virtual programs on our Facebook and YouTube pages, including bilingual Spanish Storytime. In September, we launched 1,000 books before kindergarten to engage early learners. Your library is a member of Illinois Libraries Present, bringing you high-quality online events with luminaries like Jeff Tweedy and Marlene Matlin. Our summer reading program, Read Home Chicago, was a huge success with over 400 readers meeting our community reading goal of 400,000 minutes. This achievement culminated in an end-of-summer reading party with a visit from an ice cream truck. The library's longtime partnership with AARP to offer tax aid is unfortunately on hold, but we are working with Triton College's RSVP program to offer a similar service in 2023. The library offers several other services, including tech tutoring, notaries, and a library of things for all ages. Resident cardholders may also make $2.50 of free copies daily. We hosted another successful trunk or treat with community members like the Chamber of Commerce, Community Park District, and more. The library also collaborated with the Park District for several programs, including spooky stories, picnics in the park, and a rotating story walk. Visit Memorial Park now to see our winter story walk, Party Animals. Beach Oak and Haynesworth Parks also host little free libraries where you can pick up a book any time of day. The library doesn't just operate within our four walls. Adult staff visit 3 local retirement communities for monthly tech tutoring. Children's and teens librarians visit local schools for story times, back-to-school events, career days, and book talks. We offer library cards to all District 102 teachers to make getting materials for their classrooms easier. Our Friends of the Library group gifted us with a book bike this year, and it has been wonderful to offer mobile checkout services around town during the warmer months. The library's building project continues to move forward. Our parking lot was resurfaced in September. Staff and board are working with our architects and construction management to get construction started in spring of 2023. The library board and staff worked hard to complete a strategic plan for 2022 through 2025. We'll focus on growing library use, curating social spaces, and meeting people where they are. The full plan can be found on our website. As we look toward a new year, our library is excited for the challenges and opportunities that are yet to come. The Board of Trustees and the staff of the LaGrange Park Public Library thank you for your continued support as we seek to enrich the lives of those who walk through our doors or visit us online.
Hello everyone, my name is Sherry Sauer, the president of the LaGrange Park Chamber of Commerce and also a local realtor with that properties. I'm excited to present a year in review of 2022 and super excited to be here at one of our newest businesses, the Hop District, located on 31st Street, where you can get the best beer in town, and my favorite is called You Can't Park There. I want to first thank my board of volunteers and our executive assistant, Jill Berkowitz. Without them, we couldn't put on all the exciting events we do. Our mission is to provide local business owners and managers the opportunity to gather together to promote their business, make valuable connections, and improve important business-related skills. We had an exciting year. We welcomed several new members to the chamber, and we brought back our after-hour events, which involved networking and fun for all that attended. This year, we introduced the Chili Cook-Off. It was a great community event with so many tasty chilies entered for all to taste. So many residents came out and got to know some of our local businesses, as well as some of the key people at our village. The Haunted Trolley was once again a huge success with great weather on our side. This year, Valpo Automotive added 2 bouncy houses, in addition to a great band while the kids trick-or-treated to the local businesses along 31st Street. Every year, this event grows into a bigger and better event to get our businesses noticed, which also includes LaGrange Road. We recently had our 3rd winter Tree Wonderland walkthrough, where businesses decorated a tree with their business theme prominently displayed at Memorial Park for all to see during the month of December. In conjunction with the annual tree lighting ceremony that takes place in partnership with the Village of LaGrange Park and the Community Park District. Make sure you stop over and take a look at all those great trees. We celebrated our Business of the Year, Strive for Fitness, at our annual dinner. If you haven't been there yet, make sure to stop by and check them out. 2023 is coming, and getting in shape is always at the top of the list. The Chamber will be having new exciting events in 2023. I'm excited to have more in-person events to support the local businesses. We continue to meet once a month as a group and bring educational speakers to help grow business and bring in new ideas and motivation, and we meet at Level Up. The Chamber has also beefed up social media. In addition to having over 2,000 followers, we are now on LinkedIn and also belong to the Illinois Chamber of Commerce, where members can locate valuable information about the business climate. We participated in several ribbon-cutting ceremonies and continue to welcome and support new businesses. We will be bringing back Run for the Roses in the spring and are looking forward to 2023 as we plan out the year. Thank you, President DeCipio for having us as part of the annual State of the Village, and we look forward to continue to work with the Village of LaGrange Park in 2023. Remember to shop local and check out our website at lagrangeparkchamber.org. Thank you, everyone.
Along with our entire community, I want to thank the Village Board and volunteer committee and commission members for their commitment to making LaGrange Park the best place to call home. I want to thank all of our taxing body partners, including the school districts, park district, and library district, for their cooperation in working with the village. I'd also like to thank the LaGrange Park Chamber of Commerce for their support and always advocating for our local businesses. The State of the Village is also a special time to recognize our neighbors who have helped us in service towards our residents. In that end, I would like to thank the villages of Western Springs, LaGrange, and the city of Countryside. They are partners communities for LTAC, our 911 dispatch center. Additionally, I would like to thank the Village of LaGrange and President Mark Kukler for the outstanding support that they provided to our community during the week of June 13th, following that significant storm damage to the neighborhoods north of 31st Street. LaGrange went above and beyond to help our community. On a final note, thank you again to all of LaGrange Park, especially the residents. I hope you enjoyed the program as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. I hope you learned a lot about what we've done and how hard your staff works for you. And with that, let's look forward to another great year. Thank you.